himself all the way out to the east side one night to go visit Tony.
Oh no, this is not a great story. this is one of those not funny Tony stories that we don't want to hear.
Now after Rebel fixes his bike, about a week later or so, Rebel decides to go out to the east side, visit Tony, hanging out at the house, whatever else. We're gonna go riding. He gets out there, they're getting ready to go. Rebel's like, well, what the hell? My bike won't start. So after an hour or so of the master mechanic here,
I'm on the side of 75, by the way.
Phil fucking around with his bike, has no idea what's going on.
Take the plugs out, clean them.
Yep. Finally, talking to Tony, Tony goes, got any gas in the bike, man?
Well, was that before or after you took the actual carbs off?
That was after I took the carbs. 2 hours! 2 hours!
And the carbs! He took the carbs out too.
Like 2 hours of fixing my bike. The plugs out, took the carbs off of it, checked everything, made sure my key had power, using Tony's tackle box of rusted tools that he had. You know, I pull out a wrench and there's another one stuck to it. And Tony's like, yeah, I got some tools, and they're in the garage, and there's a car with a tarp on it, with a lawn chair and a couch and an old radio and some other stuff on the car. And he says, my tools are right there, outside of the garage, underneath the gutter where the toolbox is full of water. And I took everything apart on my bike, and Tony goes, got the gas? I don't know. I open up the gas thing, smoking. And I light my lighter to see if I got any gas, and Tony gets me. And hands me a flashlight, and so I look down in there. Can I borrow your car, Tony? I got to go to the gas station. So I run to the gas station, and that big ass, that's legal, right? Ass is legal? Ass hoopty of his, right? The whole way doing this. Listening to ICP because I couldn't figure out how to change the radio.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, nothing wrong with it, nothing wrong with it. Not at all. So I finally get to the gas station, I come back, put some gas in it. Tony's like, you want to go riding? Are you going to help me put my carbs back on, Tony? Nope, I'm going to go inside. Alright, so Tony cooks up, we barbecued a little bit. Well, Tony did something, I can't remember. Put the carbs back on my bike, and we ended up riding out to bike night that night. And took some pictures, had some beers, had a few laughs. Well, it was still like April. Yeah, it was like April last year. Freezing cold, man. So get back on the bike. Tony's like, I only live a mile, so we drive to his house. And he gives me, he's like, hey man, I pulled this out of Lost and Found at one of the clubs. I'm like, you want me to wear that? He's like, yeah, put this on. It's a windbreaker, you won't be so cold on the way home. I'm like, thanks, Tony, I really appreciate it. And I put it on, and the thing came down to my knees. And the arms were like this long on it. So I tucked it all up, and I did one of these, and I sat down on my bike. And
was the butt wiggle necessary?
The butt wiggle was totally necessary. And I sit down on my bike, and I said, Tony, I'll see you later, right? He's like, yeah. You want this back? He's like, keep it. And I left. And as you all know, Tony would give you anything if it helped you out. Tony would give you his shirt. Tony would give you his jacket.
Tony would give you his watch.
Tony would give you his just a tip.
That ain't my ring, that's my wristwatch.
But Tony was, I don't know, unlike anybody in this room, but just like everybody in this room. And well, I know we'll never replace him, and we'll never forget him or anything, but damn it, why does it always got to come to this?
Just a very giving person. Even the first annual dog walk, Tony and Parker, man, that grill all day long.
Fat guys sweating over fat burgers.
And Tony took his pants off.
Y'all got a piece of me in you, buddy.
Alright, so hey, they're back. So enough storytelling, the guys are back. They brought more beer for the madmen. Hoorah! Hoorah! So Let's, good God, this thing better. Hold on. Oh, wait.
Hey, we got that part.